What happened yesterday was all of a sudden, our project managers and all the ETCs of them are in the site working. The next thing that we had is that both police, both Navy, both Army, both the civil defense, all of them converge in the site with caterpillars for demolition of the properties.
Now, before this happened, did you receive any notice?
We didn't receive any notice, but 2 weeks ago, they sent the caterpillar and demolished a small portion of the fence. That is the only kind of notice that we received. And when we saw that, on our inquiry, we discovered that the Honorable Minister, Wike'S, was interested in the property. So we quickly went to the court to report to the court, because already there are 2 different court judgments over that property. And outside the 2 different court judgments, we now went into the court and asked court that this is what is actually happening. In view of that, the court now issued a court order. Then we went to the other part of it, because the lands are in 2 different documents, and also secure another court order stopping that nothing should be done.
So confirm for us again the title you have over this land.
We have offer letters and we have certificate of occupancy.
Now, has there been any dispute over this land between you and any other party?
Yes, originally the land that was given to us is including where the Sunrise are now. But all of a sudden, without even revoking of our title, part of it was cut and given to Sunrise, and they started developing that area. But during the time of last year reconciliation, when we have the judgment on the order of mandamus, there is a kind of reconciliation which they have said, okay, part of where the Sunrise are developed already, not where they are also developing, that we should concede it to them and take over the other part of it that have not been developed, and some area where they are about developing. That was what was reached. And in view of that, the whole settlement was done, and all our documents was released back to us. Right. So issue of being in contention does not even arise, because if the land is in contention and a demolition ought to be made, it will be in 2 parties now. Why is it that they didn't demolish the side of the Sunrise? There is nothing that was done in Sunrise area. They were not demolished.
Now, who oversees this settlement which you talked about, and where did it happen?
The former minister of FCT.
That's Mohammed Bello?
Yes, Mohammed Bello. He was the one that initiated the meeting. And also the director of lands was also in that meeting. Their legal department was also in that meeting. And everything was done. Settlement done. Then even when Wike'S came, Wike'S also had that these people now went back to Wike'S and be agitating back. And a meeting was called. We show our documents. After seeing our documents and on the meeting, Wike'S said, no, that we should go and sort it out, being that the matter is also in the court. And we left. All of a sudden, after his visit to the site, where he made the statement that he made, how can this land be given to an Igbo man? The next thing is the demolition without even revoking. But that is not the issue. The main issue is there are 2 court judgments and there is 2 court order. Why would Wike'S order for the demolition of this property when those court orders are still insisting? and the court judgment are still there. None of them was appealed. Nobody has appealed for the judgment of those courts. Nobody has vacated the court orders on this matter. If all these two things are not being done, how will you go and start demolition? What kind of banana country that we are into? Where there is no rule of law and obedient to the court orders and judgment, then the anarchy will abound. So I'm still insisting that, seriously speaking, for President Tinubu to allow Wike to remain in his cabinet is very, very dangerous to this democracy. Because we even had with authority that he was told that there is court order. Everything. He said they should go ahead and demolish. How can a leader, these are the kind of leaders we have in this country, how can Wike insist that demolition should go on when he was told that there is court judgments and there is court order? Why would he say that the demolition should continue? It's very, very amazing. He ought not to say so.
Now, what is the interest of Sunrise in this particular plot?
Their interest cannot be more than where they are, because already they have nothing. As at the time the portion was given to them, my own title was not being revoked. So if we want, we can even take it over from them. But we say let the peace reign and allow their portion to be. Let them bring the revocation documents that give them a title. Can you give somebody a title when the other one was not revoked? Our documents are not being revoked as I'm talking to. We are not serving any distance. If they did, it's between them. No service that shows that these properties are revoked. But even if all these things are revoked, why will you see 2 court orders and 2 judgments and overlook them? Why? If truly these guys are leaders, if Wike is a leader, how can you see a court order and this judgment and you say you're a lawyer and you went ahead and do this? And this is exactly what he did in Port Harcourt. Once you are in disagreement with him, he go and demolish your property, he go and revoke your property. This cannot be done in Abuja. It cannot be done in Abuja. This place, we own it together. Nobody can claim the ownership of Abuja more than others. Even you are part of the owners of Abuja. And we are law-abiding citizens. Tell me any estate developer that is bigger than I and my brother joined together in this Abuja. Then tell me where we have been lawlessness. We follow law. We follow guidelines. We follow rules. The issue of between us and the sun rising. Sun rising have been defeated in the court. We have 2 different judgments over the issue. We have 2 different court orders over the issue. Sun rising was part of that case. FCT minister, including the FCT itself, are part of the case. And it is in view of that the former minister called for a meeting and resolved the matter. And all our documents that they had before, or they seized before, was returned back to us. The fresh new offer letter was issued to us. And all the payment that we ought to be paid, which if you calculate then it runs into a lot of money, was paid. So that cannot be as a result of dispute. If it is as a result of dispute, why did they not demolish the one of Sun Rising? That area is also in dispute. It's not only our side, because originally our land covers including Sun Rising. It was verified that this their kind of jungle justice cut part of it and give to Sun Rising without revoking our own title. I know what it means. When the former title are not even revoked, how will you give another one? That is what Mohammed, the past minister, look at and see that it is improper to them to still hold this land. and he knocked up this settlement, and everything was done. They started issuing all the necessary things that needed to be done, and everything, due process, was completely followed. It was when Wike came that these people now rushed to Wike again, trying to reopen the matter that has closed. Then we went for a meeting. Wike looked at it and said, there is no issue here, because already there is a court judgment. In view of the fact that there is court judgment on it, that he cannot do anything. Until his boys that are fronting for sun rising carry him to those sites. He looked at the side and said, that he will not allow this to be. How can an Igbo man take this? Which people is he calling Igbo man? My immediate junior brother that is part of this business is former House of Representative in Abuja. He represents entire Abuja. He's a well-known businessman. How many estates do we have here? Can you count off? This is not the first time that we are getting lands, even triple of these hectares. So what is this? So that cannot be. It's not issue of a matter of dispute. It's issue that Wike is interested in the land and he wants to use proxy the way they normally do in this country to take the land from the back door. But
that's an allegation.
No, quote me anywhere. I'm ready to defend whatever that I said. Anything I told you on this, please try to air it. Quote me anywhere, I can defend it. He said it now. If not, how will he say, how can all this land be given to Igbo man? What is the meaning? If it's not, Igbo man is not qualified to get, that means he want to take it. That is the meaning of it.
So, have you commenced action on remedies?
Already, there is very, very simple. The single couple that was damaged over this property will be paid by the government, including Wike. Anyone that we could not collect before the tenure ends, Wike will pay even after the tenure. Because these individuals are supposed to be held responsible, even when they left government. Wike will pay, even if after the government. If we didn't collect all, it's better that he package and make sure everything is paid and this land released back. If not, if anyone that we couldn't collect now, when he come out from the government, he will still give us the balance. He will pay. And we are not going to do anything than to collect our money. But for payment, he will pay. Anyone he couldn't pay now, he will give us the remaining balance. Here is no reverse. He will pay.
Now, your properties have been demolished.
Yes.
Are you going to continue with the development?
We are the court said we are going to. The court said that we should hold on the property, that no one should do anything. But first of all, we are going to go for issue of the tampering and demolition of those property that we inherited. Then it is after that one, then we can now talk about how to move ahead. But no one can take that land from us. No one can take it away from us because we have two different court judgments, we have two different court orders. If we move on for the payment now, anyone that they couldn't sort out, when Wike came out, he will still give us the balance.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
From the private sector's perspective, over the weekend, we got a report that a private developer was accusing the FCT administration, and in fact yourself, of ignoring two existing court orders and then went into his property and demolished.
Well, you see, the problem in this country, that is impunity. I've been doing it before. I'll continue to do it, and nothing will happen. Criminals are criminals. They may come in different ways. I've never seen like land grabbing in this FCT. I came in, so many petitions. So many petitions. One company called Praco over 10 petitions. Different owners of properties. So I summoned a meeting. of all of them. They came with their lawyers, senior advocates. And I said, look, what is this? Company A presented their own. Company B presented their own view. Company C, Company D, Company E. I said, okay. I'm going to seek for advice from external solicitors. I'm not going to take from inside house because the legal secretariat and the land department have been so compromised. So I saw the views of very senior lawyers. Two of them wrote to me different opinions, but arriving at the same thing. First of all, what happened? This land, this so-called ethnic Ukachukwu'S talk about, was allocated when there was no minister. The minister left May 29th, 2023. By June, the land had been allocated. By Director of Lands.
No, but he said he got approvals from the former FCT minister.
If I tell you so many things, it is not as they, you see, these are the things they are clever by half. When all met, it's okay. Company B, this, don't do anything again. Until we're able to take a final decision. Do you know what happened? These guys, thinking they're too smart, went on, started fencing, and then started allocating the land to people to buy. How did I know? A lady came and said, look, Honorable Minister, I want you to advise me. There's a place I want to buy land. I said, where are you buying land? He said, so area. I said, hey, no, we're having a problem with the person. Don't. Another time the lady came back. It's a friend of mine, came back. So look, you're telling me, but people are buying buildings. Say what? Now I was going to commission the biggest water park at Sunrise. So I passed, it was the same area. I thought, what is going on? Then I commissioned the water park. And then, do you know that for me to commission that water park, it was a Friday. On a Thursday, this same company called Praco and their allies have gone to court, stopping me from commissioning the water park project. And align with the FCT lawyer. You see how fraudulent these guys can be? Unfortunately, they didn't get the injunction. I drove from that place, came back, and called the general counsel. Come, who is doing this case for FCT? He said the external lawyer. External lawyer? Call the external lawyer. Get us our file back. How can you go and compromise with a plaintiff against us? I mean, I've never seen people who are so fraudulent in life. What they do here, they sue you, they sue me as FCT minister. I'm not aware of the suit.
Because he claimed that there are two subsisting court positions.
Hold on. Look, you know these guys? They think we're PDP Anambra State. That is their job. They have court judgments in their pocket. These are people, that's how they keep PDP in Anambra State. They can produce court orders, judgments overnight. And I told them, you are wasting time.
So there was no court injunction?
I have told you who served me. Who served me any court injunction? In any case, we all agreed nobody should do anything. And then you are thinking that you are clever. Begin to sell the land. Okay, let me just tell you. What is investment? You ask government that to give you land for mass housing. It's not correct. Where are you building housing? The houses. You are not selling the land to individuals who are not building the houses. So what is the benefit of government? What they do, they tell government, look, we need 300 hectares. We are willing to develop mass housing. They will not do anything. They become land speculators and then make money. It's so embarrassing. I got a text from these so-called land grabbers. They call them, one of them says the Linus, Ukachukwu'S and this. You know what they sent me the text?
Nicholas.
No, Linus. There was one Linus, there was one Nicholas. They are the same.
The one is Nicholas Ukachukwu'S.
Yeah, the one is Nicholas Ukachukwu'S. This one is Linus Ukachukwu'S. I don't know him. I've never met him. So send me text. I have the text in my phone. I have no respect. So you told your Ikwere brothers that you want to deal with Igbos. Look at such a blackmail. The land we are talking about, did he give it to the Igbos? How can you think that you are too smart to come and begin to tell public, I said I will deal with Igbos? I mean, and people can sit down and listen to such a thing. Look, as far as I'm concerned, in this city, it will no longer go into business as usual. Okay. If you don't want to follow, now, even if you come to ask for land, I will ask you, show me your financial capacity. 2, give me the duration within which to develop the place. If that duration expires, FCT is entitled to take back their property. People come here, tell you that, look, they have partners, they want to develop 200 hectares of land. Are you thinking that you want really the FCT to, to be developed? And you go and allocate 200 hectares of land.
So,
in this case,
let me finish. Some of these allocations are illegal. We are not afraid of court. But we have not known their tricks.
Yeah. But demolishing the place was also in accordance with the template that the FCT administration uses. Because what they are saying is that this is a disincentive to investors. If people have invested and they are building,
let me tell you,
and you move it to
let me tell you, what is the investing? That is selling our land to people is investment. Why didn't you sell it yourself? What is the investment? Now you are selling land to people to build houses is an investment. Look at, I say go to Sunrise. See what they call investment. See what they call creation of job. Building the biggest water park. Employing people. Creating wealth. If you come to say, look, I want to do this. I want to build a leisure park that will create job, that will create revenue. That would be called investment. Not where you say, even though I know it's an illegal allocation, government give me land, we want to build houses. So, and government gives you land. You don't build any house. You go and start allocating to individuals who are now buying from you.
And then building themselves.
And building themselves.
Has that appreciated the original intention of
course.
So how is the matter?
What current situation now?
Wouldn't it be better if the FCT administration pursues a legal means of resolving the matter?
Demolishing it outright.
Legal means, which is to terminate the allocation legally. Also, when you said it was legally allocated.
People, when you hear stories, I have told you here, FCT is no longer going to be PDP Anambra. I have told you that. All these judgments and orders you think overnight you go and get, it will no longer work. 2, your connivance with the legal secretariat here. Do you know that they can go and serve them? Serve land administration.
But a court judgment is a court judgment.
Hold on. Have you seen the court judgment? Is it that you just hear there's a court judgment? Go and read the court judgment. Whether the court says the land is their own.
Have you seen it?
There's no issue of title of judgment of the land.
Okay. Now the
what happened was this. It's a long process. What happened was this. They went to court to say, court, tell FCD to return the documents, our documents they are holding. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Were you holding their documents?
I said they went to court.
Yes.
And I met these matters here, not as I came. Please, so that everybody should have that. But this matter, there's so many, over 1,000 cases, all land. All land. And the court said, FCT, release their document. They release their document. Does that show that you have title to the land?
So,
and
what, Honorable Minister, what is the current position now with that 214 hectares?
No, there's no way they can go in there. It's not their land.
FCT is taking it over.
It is our property.
What documents were you talking about?
I have told you, these are things that is a long story. If you look at, it's a long story. And these are specialists. They have no job other than penetrate the land administration, do all the deals. You know, do you know that even when they file suit against us, they make a deal with the legal secretariat, they bring an external lawyer where the case will assign to, from that to that external lawyer. Then the external lawyer will go to court and agree with them. And judgment will be filed against FC. I've never seen how corrupt human beings can be. So the point I'm making, all this issue of sentiment, I have sat here, revoked people's land that by law we have power to do because they don't comply. Nobody has said, oh, you revoked me because I'm a Yoruba man. Nobody has said, oh, you revoked me because I'm an Hausa man. What has got to do with you want to deal with Igbos? What kind of crazy childish sentiment is that? Who will buy that? Okay, you're assuming because you're an Igbo man. Are the Igbos, do they have any benefit from that land? That you're not shouting that, oh, I want to deal with Igbos. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me.
What measures are you putting in place, pardon me, to discipline or to correct those people who are usually conniving with external people?
Yes. Now, you know the problem we have. Dealing with civil servants is a different procedure. If there were political appointees, I would have fired them immediately. But you have to follow procedure. Luckily now, we have Civil Service Commission, where they cannot discipline you. As I speak to you now, I'm to publish the transfer of directors today. If I tell you the amount of lobbying, moving one director from here to there is a problem. Why? I don't understand how people think that we want to move forward in this country and we must continue to do things the same way. Just move this director here to this place. Now he goes that I moved him because he's an Hausa man or because he's a Muslim. Or I moved this person to this place. Or I move him because he's an Igbo man. I can't believe this. And meanwhile, the same man who is talking about so-called Igbo, ask him, who is the chairman of the Civil Service Commission? An Igbo man. Who nominated him to president for recommended to the president? The first chairman of the Civil Service Commission of FCT is an Igbo man from Anambra. And then you come and tell people, I want to fight the Igbos because you want to go and steal land. Because you think that you're the only one who can go to court. We're not afraid of that. But things must be done right. I will not agree. If you like, go to all the national television. Carry a judgment, their so-called judgment, wave it like this. Well, we'll meet in court. So I'm not interested. But we are not PDP Anambra. We are not, and we can't be.
Your Excellency, just to bring it back a little, there was, everybody came to the table. You mentioned several companies that you said you should stay active.
Yes.
Is that process over now?
That's what I'm saying. Why we are trying to do that? He violated it. I'm thinking that he's too smart by going to fence and begin to sell the land. Now, if we allow you to finish selling the land, What have to do it?
As it is now, the land has reverted back to the...
As far as we are concerned, everybody who bought or who tries to buy is their own risk.
No compensation?
Compensation for what? Do you have anything there in the first place?
Honorable Mr.
To compensate you?
Somebody is complaining about the activities of this vehicle inspection officers. He said it is being done